What can the righteousness demanded by the Lord do for you and for me now? For the righteousness demonstrated by his life may be equated with the righteousness demanded by the law. Whatever the righteousness demanded by the law can do for me now, then the righteousness demonstrated by his life can do for me now. Is that a valid reasoning? Well, let us examine what the righteousness demanded by the law can do for you and for me today. In the 3rd chapter of the Epistle to the Romans, Romans chapter 3 and verse 19, now we know that what things soever the law saith, it saith to them who are under the law. Imagine here's a man or a woman who looks up into the face of God and says, I demand, I ought. By my own deliberate choice, I demand to be judged upon the basis of my performance in the light of the demands of your law. I don't want redemption. I don't want forgiveness. I don't want all this stuff about conversion or being saved or regenerate or born again or converted. You can keep that. I demand to be judged on the basis of my performance in relation to the demands that your law in righteousness makes upon me as a man. God says, right. You know that what the law has to say, it has to say to such a man as that. And it might well be that even in such a gathering as this, there are some tonight who would seek to be justified before a holy God on the basis of their own performance. Well, let us read on. Now we know that what things soever the law saith, it saith to them who are under the law, to this end, that every mouth may be stopped, and all the world may become guilty before God. Therefore, by the deeds of the law there shall no flesh be justified in God's sight, for by the law is the knowledge of sin. In other words, all that the law, in its utter righteousness, can do for you and for me as guilty, fallen men, is to shut our mouths, expose our guilt, and prove us guilty. The law teaches us that we are guilty. The law proves us sinners. The law stops our mouths and wipes the boast from our lips, exposes us in all our desperate depravity and need. The law is our schoolmaster to bring us to Christ, the prophet, the priest, and the king, the Redeemer, Jesus, Savior, that in our helpless, lost estate we might find by grace alone acceptance in the Beloved, justified by faith, clothed with the wedding garment of his righteousness. For Christ is the end of the law for righteousness to everyone that believes.